Hello. Welcome to Buzzing with Cousin Talk. I'm your host, Cousin Johnny. How's everybody doing out there? We got a great show, a great guest here, but before we start, I'd like to say if anybody's out there looking for something unique as a gift, check out these local farmers markets. I mean, these guys got some beautiful handmade baskets, candles, baking goods. I mean, it's great. Let's uh let's check them out. Let's try to shop local if you can. Shop local if you can, and if you got a little extra, there's a lot of great nonprofit organizations out there that might need a little help. Okay, so let's get this show started. I'd like to introduce our special guest. He's a local gentleman from Seaside here in town, and he made it into the third round of the Food Network Holiday Baking Competition. Please welcome Philippe Costa.
Hey
Hello,
everybody,
Philippe.
how you
How
doing?
are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. All I got is I want to congratulate you for what you did for
Thank
your
you.
accomplishment. And we were here. We were rooting for you.
Me too.
I mean, when it was, we were emailing and texting with other people. It was like a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? The show. I guess the show started at 8. You know, we had time, barbecue and sausage, and
Yeah,
I mean, like it was an event. But
yeah.
you made us proud, and wow, you know how to bake. So,
Oh,
Felice,
thank you.
so did you grow up in Monterey or Seaside, or where did you?
Actually, both. Between both sides of my family were split between Seaside and Monterey. So the general area grew up in both. Yeah.
Okay, and have you always worked in restaurants, or how did you get interested in baking?
So baking, I got interested when at as a teenager with my grandmother Rosie Costa. Um, on my Portuguese side. I used to bake with her probably more than anybody when I was younger. And back then it was just, baking to bake, just what we did and how we hung out. And then baking for family and friends and friends of family and friends and kind of spiraled. And then in early 2000s, I went to work for the Forge in the Forest as just a front of house person. So I started as a host, then a
Yeah,
server, bartender. I'd never baked anything for the restaurant. I did some private events for them
yeah,
for private parties, but nothing actually for the restaurant.
yeah. So you worked in the hospitality industry, and I was just thinking that Portuguese and Sicilian. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's quite the
that's
combination.
how can you miss with the
Yeah, yeah,
food? I
I
mean,
agree. I agree. It's pretty good.
I mean, right now we're getting ready for the holiday season, and they're baking those cookies 100 miles an hour right now, and
Yeah,
that's great. So you now you went to did you go to a baking school or
I'm a couple years ago. I moved up to Seattle, and I went to South Seattle College, which had a great baking and pastry program, which I heard from some other friends that I knew that had moved to the area. And it was right around the time that Le Cordon Bleu in that area had closed, and the Art Institute was closing. And I found this school and kind of took a tour and really loved it. And then I started their program, which was about just under a 2 year program and finished that and wanted to move back to this area.
okay? So now so what you did was you took you learned from the school and then from the nana's recipes and you
Yes,
incorporated them.
that's right. Yeah. Now I put it
And
all together and make something
you
extra
put
special.
you put it all together. Yeah, that's really great. So and then you moved back, and so I wanted to let's talk about the actual event. So how did you? I mean, how did you? How did they find you to?
The casting producers found me through some gentleman I worked for in Washington. I did an internship at a bakery called Brown Bear Baking Company on Orcas Island, right before I moved back. And they, I guess, were tapped for the show and couldn't do it. It's their busy season. And they threw my name out there, and the producers got a hold of me, and that got the ball rolling. And I did a bunch of Zoom interviews early this year. And a lot of waiting between interviews, and then we were asked to bake some things in a time limit and then present it on Zoom, and cut it for these producers. And I just kept making it to the next level until a week before they picked the 12. They let us know. So we didn't have a whole lot of time between them letting us know. And it was like mid-June when they told us. And then a week later, we were off to Tennessee to film this season.
Okay, that was in Tennessee, man. Okay.
Yeah, Knoxville.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to throw in before we get going that I worked with your dad and your
back in the day,
family, and Joe Rizzo and your uncle. Yeah, and I think your mom may have worked there a little bit, and Cherie, and we all worked at the Cannery restaurant.
Yeah,
for Vito Spadaro family, and that was. And I remember you, but you were that not.
Yeah, I'm a little bigger now.
Little bigger now. So you get there and you go to the studio, I guess, or it's a kitchen or whatever. And now, are you able to familiarize yourself with anything there? Or, I mean, or they just throw you in?
What was that?
Do they just throw you in, or can you? I mean, you got to make sure the oven works and all that. Or I mean, how does that work?
Yeah, there was a little bit of time to kind of see what the kitchen had to offer, and if there was any equipment that we had questions about that we had never worked with before. They kind of gave us a really quick rundown on how those things worked. And clearly, if you watched the show, I don't have a lot of work on the professional ice cream machine. Therefore, I overspun my ice cream in that one challenge, but that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay. I mean, I remember the first episode, one of the judges says that your dessert belongs at a 5-star restaurant.
Yeah, that was surprised me.
That was 5-star. It's dynamite. Yeah.
I liked that one. I wish they could keep giving me those.
Yeah, that was really great. And now, as far as what you were preparing, did they give you maybe you can't answer some of these questions, but did they give you there's a possibility of these items, or so you could kind of in your mind kind of?
Not really. It's a pretty quick turnaround.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much, here's the challenge, here's what you're gonna do, and you kind of have to turn around and go do it.
So you got your own Yule log recipe ready to roll then.
Yeah.
So you were with 12 other people, and they were from all over the United States.
Yeah, all over Florida, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Vermont. I want to say North Carolina, Texas, and a couple other places. Yeah.
So you must have some lasting friendships.
Oh, absolutely. We're still we text all the time. And every time, and then it really gets crazy every time a new episode comes out, because we're all, talking to everybody, and we're all good friends.
That was great. Yeah. It seemed like the vibes there were really good vibes. The judges seemed cool, and that one guy that's been out, the main guy, he seemed pretty cool. So.
The judges were cool. We didn't get a whole lot of time, with the judges. I mean, there's some moments that you don't see on that got edited into the final show, but we had a little bit of extra banter there. But for the most part, we don't get to talk to them that much.
Yeah. Since that show, you must have gotten some people wanting to probably hire you or wanting you to be.
I'm getting busy. Next week is getting crazy.
Yeah,
that's okay. That's what we want.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, let me. Okay, so Philippe, what's in the future for you?
Well, I have some investors, and we're looking to open a bakery hopefully this coming year. I don't know exactly where it's going to be, but it's definitely going to be here on the Monterey Peninsula.
Yeah.
We're just looking for locations, and we found some we like and some not so much, and some that are too big, some that are too small. But we're going to find the right spot, and raising a little bit more money. Um, so trying to find a little bit more funding, but we're going to find it. It's going to happen this coming
It,
year.
it, it definitely is going to happen. I mean, you definitely have a passion for the food and for food and baking. So I'm sure you're going to make it.
Thank
You're
you.
gonna make
Yeah.
it happen. So when you get your own place, it's going to be what, like cakes, breads,
It's
any
going to
kind.
be French baking focused, but a lot of cakes, wedding cakes, a lot of big celebration cakes, but a lot of really beautiful French pastry, eclairs and tarts and all that wonderful stuff. And then we'll probably do some it'll probably be a quasi cafe bakery. So your breakfast croissant sandwiches and ciabatta sandwiches and stuff like that, and grab and go type items as well. But for the most part, high end French baking is what the direction I'm going in.
Okay, that's really great. We're going to be looking forward to it. And okay, so Philippe, do you want to add anything else from the show that was interesting or?
Um, yeah, I mean, it was a blast. It was a blast. I hope everyone had fun watching it, and please don't stop watching. There's still 2 episodes left in this
Yeah, no,
season.
I'm going to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe there's also a behind the scenes episode, and you should see some of me in that episode as well. I don't know which one it's going to be, but it's definitely in the next couple weeks.
Okay, so Philippe, now for people that didn't watch it, what time is this competition and when?
So
It's on Monday, I
yeah,
think, right?
yeah. So Holiday Baking Championship on the Food Network airs Monday nights on your regular Food Network like cable service. It's airing at 5 p.m. and at 8 p.m. 5. I think it's 5 and 8 p.m.
Okay,
on your regular cable, and then you can also stream it on Discovery Plus. And if you stream it on Discovery Plus, you can watch it at any time, starting at like 5 a.m. on Monday.
okay,
And then the
yeah.
episodes are still there.
So we could see the past episodes also.
Yes, yeah. And I've been told that you can also get it on Hulu. I don't think it's available on YouTube yet, but I believe it will be at some point.
Yeah, I want to encourage everybody to watch it because it was really great, and especially to see our person that our local person here in this area to be in the middle of all that action.
Yep.
So Philippe, I really appreciate you coming on and spending a couple minutes with us here, and we wish you all the luck in your new place. You got a platform on Buzzing with Cousin. Let's say you got something going or whatever, you go ahead and post on that Buzzing with Cousin page and let everybody know what's happening. And we
Definitely.
got your back.
All right.
So thank you. Say hello to your family for us.
I
And
will.
thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. It was great.
Awesome.
And you made us proud, my friend. Okay.
Good.
Okay, Philippe Costa. Local boy does good. Food Network Championships. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. We're getting ready for the holiday season. And remember what we talked about: shop local, buy local, check out these farmers markets. and get a certificate to a restaurant. Let's support the local industry and this great community that we live in. Okay, thanks everybody, and we will see you next week. Bye.